G'day you mob, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Basics, or Minecraft for Beginners. From our last episode, I finished with some thoughts about food, and today we're going to continue that and have a bit more conversation about food. Talking about food, there's some food right there, but it's not a good idea to eat raw meat, so I'm going to show you a couple of methods first for cooking the meat. But before I do that, let's recap just a little bit. So last time we collected some food and we went over to the town over there. And I was just talking about how different food fills your bar, your hunger bar, at different levels and keeps it full at different levels through an invisible bar called saturation. Pork pretty much gives you a very good saturation, like one of the best, and also will fill your hunger bar 4 places. So the saturation, once that runs out, then you will start to lose the hunger down on the bottom right there. You'll start to lose those drumsticks. Anyway, let's talk about the best way to cook meat. So, let's go and get some meat first. I might leave that guy. We could cook inside of a furnace by putting something in there to cook with. So, we can cook with stick, but one stick won't be enough to cook that. See? Or we can cook with log. So I could drop a log in there, or oak plank I mean, and that will cook that. Or I can cook with charcoal, and charcoal will be enough to cook that, but not just that, to cook like 5 of them. So we don't really want to do that, because it's going to, or charcoal or coal, same thing here. We don't want to do that because that's going to be a waste of coal pretty much. We can, instead of doing it like this, we can make a everlasting flame that we can use to cook. So one of the things we can make that are really good for cooking is called a campfire. So if we can make this campfire, and this fire does not go out, it's got another benefit of providing light to the area, which will stop things from spawning. But this flame, as I said, never goes out. And we can cook food on the side of this. Just right click. So looking at it and right clicking. And we can place 4 meat on here. And it can be different kinds of meat. So you can see I've put mutton on there. And I've also added a pork. Unlike with the furnace, I can only put one type of meat in at a time and cook it all. And also it's going to cost me fuel. Looks like the mutton is all cooking up first and it just falls off, but you got to be careful picking it up because you might step on the fire and burn and cook yourself as well. We don't want to do that now, do we? Other type of food we need to talk about is wheat and carrots and all the other yummy stuff. Now, they don't fill you up and keep you full as much as pork chops. Let's just demonstrate how this mutton here will not fill up my bars completely. See, the mutton's only done 3 and I still need to eat. Let's sleep here first. Maybe. When the sun hits the horizon line, that's when you can sleep. So I'm just trying to figure it out. If it's hit or not, because we can't see it from here. Okay, now that we've slept, I was saying that the pork chop will actually fill 4 of those hunger bars there. But the mutton will not, and neither will the bread. I was trying to remember which one only fills 2. I think apples only fill 2 bars. Yeah, most things do 3. Golden carrots will be fairly optimal. But if you cook a rabbit stew will fill quite a few. Rabbit stew is actually quite good. And pretty good on the saturation part as well. But it has ingredients. So really the best and easiest is your pork chops to start with. There's an easy way to get golden carrots, but it's pretty much end game type of thing. And by end game, I mean like at late stages of playing Minecraft. Alright, now in Minecraft, we could just survive, like I was saying, we could just bury ourselves in a hole. And I could survive 100 days in hardcore, just like this. Oops, just like not that. Because sand will fall to gravity. We can survive 100 days Minecraft just like this. Now, easy, we can survive as long as we want, just like this. But we don't want to just survive in Minecraft. We want to thrive. So, in order to thrive, we want to build a farm. So right here we're going to build a farm. So let's just talk about this for a moment. Okay, which brings us to the next section called farming. Now to do some farming, we're probably going to want to be near a water source, or actually create a water source, which I have over here. But you kind of need water first. So, down in here, I'll just show you what I've done. I've let the water out of here to fall down there, because falling on water will save you from any fall damage. So if I fall out this side, even though that's not a full water thing, a full water block. Oh, so he's going to come that way, maybe? Oh no, the water's pushing him. Okay. Even though that's not a full water block, that saved me from taking any fall damage. Let's just put this here so I can stop people from spawning over there. Eventually, maybe. Yeah. And another one over here. Ah, meant to be further over. Never mind. It'll be fine. So, I came down here. I grabbed some coal. That stuff is coal. With my pickaxe. And I'll grab some iron from here. Now the reason I really wanted the iron, 3 iron at least, is so that I could make a water bucket. So, in the inventory, so going up this water stream, I'm just holding spacebar to swim up. This is like a ladder to get in and out. And trying to balance myself on the edge so I can keep breathing water. Alright. So, we've got ourselves a water bucket, or a bucket, which we make through the crafting table. So in the crafting table, we can have a water bucket found in the items section. Remember, that is to show what you can make and what you can't make. Now, if you want to remember the recipe for it, it's just like that. Like a bucket shape, kind of. It's a V. And that will give you a water bucket. What I've done is made a permanent water source here. Meaning that every time I take a bucket of water out of here, the water won't disappear. So let's remake this so I can show you guys. So now I've filled those water spaces with something else. It's taken the water out. Let's get our water bucket. If I put a water in there, my bucket's empty now. This is not a permanent water source. I can't take water from here. I'm right clicking to take water. I can't take water from there by right clicking either. Or there. I can only take out the water source that I put in there. Alright. To turn this into a permanent water source, what I need to do is put a bucket of water there and a bucket of water there. And this will make these two spots into water blocks as well. So water block here, water block here. These two will turn into water blocks because this edge will be touching this block, this water block edge, and this one will be, and that will make that also a water block then. So both of these will become water blocks. And every time I take one block out, after these are all water blocks, let's just try to demonstrate it again. Okay, so say I take a block out, this area will be touching two sides of proper water blocks, and so it will just turn back into a water block again. Okay, so we only need to put a water bucket there, like fill up a water bucket, empty it there, and then another one here. So let's do the first one. And we've got water over here. There's no such thing as salty water or anything. Water is water in Minecraft. And one there. And now the animation has changed. I can take a bucket of water and it's permanent now. Okay. We will need this because we're going to make a farm over here. Where shall we make it? So I've planted these trees here as well. So I might get rid of those trees in a second. That's the new shrubs there. I think we'll make it here. And we'll do it 16 blocks long. Okay. Just checking out the space. I want to have sort of equal space on each side here. And we shall start here, I suppose. So now what I'm making is a little channel for my water. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, 16. It's 2 times 8, which is perfect to demonstrate what I want to show you guys. Okay, when we put a bucket of water in one edge, it will spread all the way down. So, but it will stop at 8 blocks. Water goes for 8 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the start is 8. So, counting this first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, the sun is going down. So I've made it 16. So if I put it here, it will not reach to the end there or there. It reaches to that one because I'm more over that side. But I'm going to put one at this end and one at that end, and then they shall meet in the middle. See if we can get to bed before something spawns. Nothing spawned. We made it in time. Alright, so we've got one in here, and the water's reached to here. Now, plants need water. So, we have to provide them with some water. and we only need it to be in the middle. So we can do it like this. Now we've got water all the way along. I'll show you a couple of ways of doing this. So some people like to make their farms this way. So we'll just do a couple of ways first. Don't know how long this episode's going to take. Alright, now we've got some seeds here. 29 seeds. Let's empty all this. We're going to keep our axe here just in case. Don't need to see all our food. I want the seeds. Alright. With our seeds, if you want to plant seeds, you right click the ground. But if I right click this ground here, I cannot plant these seeds. This plant, wheat, and carrot, and what else? Beetroot, needs the ground to be tilled first. So we have to make a hoe to do that for us. Glad we get a lot of pigs spawning here. So, a hoe. Here's a stone hoe. A hoe this is the formula for it, or the setup, the layout. We need 2 sticks and 2 blocks here, cobblestone, iron, diamond. And as it seems right now, I don't have enough stick, so we'll just make a few more. Alright. I don't want to waste this iron on that, so I'm just going to make a stone one. Doesn't need to last forever. This one will do for now. And we can right click. If you right click once, it'll just be like that. But if you hold right click and walk along in a straight line, you can hoe, or you can till all of this ground here. Okay. There is a limit for how far you can till, or how far away from water the soil will stay tilled. And I'm about to show you that limit right now. So I tilled that, that's fine. And I can till here as well, and I can keep going. I can till anywhere. But it won't stay that way if it's too far away from water. And 4 blocks is the maximum distance. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you can see, if it's past that, it just turns back into dirt again. Because that one's just turned back into dirt. As if on cue. So 4 blocks is the maximum we can have. Now, once we've got that sorted, we can now plant in here. So just pressing right click once on a block will plant the seeds. If I hold right click and just look at where I want to plant, it'll just do it. So we can do it like this, or we can walk along straight and do it. Yeah, whichever way you prefer. When we're breaking grass, you can see that every so often I get seeds from the grass. It doesn't matter if it's long grass or short grass, I will still get seeds eventually. So there's a couple of ways of doing this. You could just pour water and break a whole area, and then pick up the seeds that come from there. Just be careful of holes in the ground, you could fall down. Yeah, but I just like to run around and do it. Click it, pick it up like that. I think it's a bit faster. Alright. I'm not sure. It depends on the grass, I suppose. This grass is broken up a bit. Let's give it a shot, eh? Whoa. Got to collect that water. Yeah, I think it's quicker to go and break it. So I'm just going to collect some more seeds here until I've got enough to grow all that wheat. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, time to eat. And you can see the pork chop filled us up all the way. Alright, we're back with the carrot. Only got 2. So this is our food as far as farming sorted out for us. We really only need the wheat. But there are other things that we need to farm, so we're going to continue to build up our farm here. At the start of a Minecraft game, it is a good idea to set farming up as a priority. That and just getting some iron to start with. You don't really need iron armor and that, as long as you're going to sleep. You don't even need a house yet, as long as you're going to sleep. Remember, we're setting ourselves up to thrive here. We could farm pigs for food. That would be pretty cool. But let's go with our priorities here. The other thing we really need to farm is cows, because we really want their leather. So cows and that stuff over there. Sugarcane. Let's grab that. Now we can just go up here and just... Baby turtle! Wow, they're so cute, man. We can just break these off square by square. But when you punch the bottom, it breaks all of it. And in this case, we do want to take all of it. There are cases where you don't want to take all of it. Sugarcane has to be planted adjacent to water. So, here's water. I can plant it here. I can plant it on sand. I don't have to till the ground. Now these will grow 3 tall. So when I plant these, I want to spread them out so that we can grow them as fast as possible. And I want to break these before... Hang on, I want to also plant them in straight lines as well. I want to break these when they get to 3 and collect what's on top. And probably replant it as well until I have enough. Okay. So I want to plant these in a line. Now the reason this one's important is because it's going to give us paper as well as sugar, but we don't really need the sugar until later in the game. What we really want first to help us get from this beginning stage of the game into the middle stage is we really will need a lot of paper. So it's a good idea to start on a sugarcane farm straight away. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And that would be the end anyways. Alright. Reason I'm growing these in 8 is because, well, 8 times 2 is 16, 2 16s is 32, 2 32s is 64, 64 is a stack. So, I don't know, it's just an easy way for me to keep an eye on how many I'm growing or how many I'm going to get. I can just go, alright, there's 1 stack there in that row. Or not that row, but you know what I mean. We'll make 2 rows. So what we need now is a pen, fence, some fences to make a pen to keep cows in. Now I'm probably going to build my house here. And that means that I might put my pen over there somewhere. The reason I don't want the pen near me here is just because of the noise. The constant mooing. Moo, moo. I just can't stand it. Too noisy. So these guys, these animals can go way over here. Plus, who wants the smell of cows at their home anyway? Not me. When we make fence, it takes 2 sticks and 4 blocks to make 3. So every time I click that, it's going to be 3. So I'm probably going to want... Oh, I don't want to spend too much wood. It's only early game. So that's enough. Plus a gate. A gate will allow us to go in and out. Alright. Corner? No, middle. So 1, 2. So 2 blocks on here, but 1 more to put a wall. Like that. Might as well break that. More seeds for later. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And like that. Alright, now I have 1 wheat here. Now with the wheat, we can lure a cow into that pen. Here's a cow. Alright. Yo. You want this hay, don't you? Hey, you want this hay? In here. Alright, let's close that. I don't have enough wood, so we're gonna have to chop wood. Usually how I build, so not in this episode, but oh, that's what I want. I want a cow. I just went up and just punched the thing that I want. Here, cow. Let's go. See, I wasn't looking for a cow, and he just popped up. Sheep's come along. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. But let's get this cow in here. The sheep might cause a bit of trouble, actually. Yeah. They both can't squash through. Sometimes they just have 2 gates. Get out of there. Okay. Now I've got 2. I could show you all about farming these guys. Now I broke that, and it's given me 2 seeds. So I can plant one of those. Alright, now farming. Let's talk about farming these. These aren't really ready to break until they're fully grown. And by that I mean that this is all yellow. See, in this one now, it's kind of yellow, which means it's nearly ready. It's taller than the other ones. And... But it's still got green bits in it. So it's not fully ready yet, this one. And it's better to wait till they're fully ready, because you could get 2 pieces of wheat from it. Or this one here looks ready. And 2 seeds. So let's see. Will we get 2 wheat from this one? This one's still got some green. See how that one's more green? This one's only got a little bit of green on it. So this one's fairly... This one's ready. This one's not. Those ones are not. So let's see what we get. So I think we grabbed 2 seeds there. Now, let's breed a cow. Breed these 2 cows together. And we'll get a little calf. So I give this one a piece of wheat and this one a piece of wheat. And then you'll see the little hearts fly up and they will have a cow. A calf, I mean. So there we go. 1 piece of wheat each. And we didn't see the little calf come out, but there he is. And we got experience for that as well. Now, if I try to breed these guys again, it won't work. So I can right click on this cow now. And I can't give it the wheat. Because we only just did breed it not long ago. I'm just getting sick of this sheep hanging around. So that's why I took the wheat out of my hand. So what you do is you have the wheat in your hand and you right click on the 2 adults and then you get a baby calf, or a calf come out. You can't get a baby calf, but anyway. Now the calves, we can force them to grow up quicker, so I can give him a piece of wheat now, and he will have a chance to grow bigger. So we can see the green lines came out from him, and I've kind of advanced his growing state, but we didn't see him go from this size to the teenager size. He's still just a little baby. Right, so that's all about breeding animals. So what have we done today? We've done breeding animals, catching them, putting them in the pen. We've done growing wheat, or growing farm, and which one's the most important one, which is wheat. Also, which animals are more important, which is the cows. And we've talked about a water source. We have started a house here, and we've been farming our trees. And we also talked about our sugar cane over here. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to come along and follow. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.